So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week we're going to be covering Sun, Venus in the third house. As in what happens when Sun and Venus are conjunct together in the same sign and in the same house. In this case, is the third house. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report under the shop section, along with my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm also just starting my new course of planets through ascendants, including when I will show the ascendant planets or nakshatra in the ascendant as well. So the enrollment just started last week already. It's excellent. Participation in there. So anyway, let's get started with this Sun-Venus conjunction. So with these particular planets being in the third house, naturally this is a performing artist. Okay. Now, performing artist can come in many different shapes, sizes, and avenues. Okay. This can literally be a performing artist, like an actor, stage performer. Okay, this can be a filmmaker, this can be a film producer, this can be a film editor. Like, this person has that zeal towards expressing themselves through some kind of a performance, some kind of a bodily performance, okay, or some kind of a stage performance. On the other hand, even if, let's say, you're not any one of these things, but let's say this person is in law, marketing, sales, and sales is something, anytime you do a business, you're in sales. So what this person does is that they become excellent performing artists in how to entice you and take your attention to their product. So if it's a lawyer, they'll be this performing artist in front of a jury or in front of a potential client who might be wanting their service. If you are a marketer, well, this is an excellent position for somebody to be in marketing, because they know how this product should be marketed, who needs to see, and how it should be presented, with what colors, what designs, what background, what should be the logo. So they become excellent at it. So performing arts is pretty much needed in every single avenue in our life, from one career to another. Even if somebody's a tailor, okay, this particular thing naturally gives them a creativity on how to tailor that suit, that dress. But they also become natural performing artists towards how to take your attention towards my product and have you buy into that product, as in my services as a tailor. So that's the first thing. Then Venus and Sun is known, and I forgot the name of the yoga, but even in Germany it is said that Venus Sun makes a person a great diplomat, makes a person great at politics. Because first of all, Venus is a planet of others. Venus is about serving others. Why? Because when your Venus represents love, right? Love, relationship, unionship. So you can't just have unionship with yourself or love yourself unless, of course, you're enlightened and you're in love with your soul, because then you don't need anything else. But here in real life, where 99.9999% are not enlightened enough to love, to have a unionship with themselves, Venus makes a person excellent in how to create deals, how to negotiate deals, and how to make the other person feel comfortable doing business with you or your culture or your group. Because you got to understand, Sun, when it's with Venus, it's putting a spotlight on Venus. Anything with the Sun gets a spotlight. So this is why when I'm talking about this conjunction, it may feel like, are you talking about just Venus in the third house, or are you adding Sun there? Oh no, if Venus was alone, it will not be so encouraged to manifest itself in that creative manner. Venus in the third house, I've seen people in IT, I've seen, people in science. So just because it's in the third house doesn't mean that they're performing artists and this and that. But because imagine like how, let's say if I was to, turn this light off. If I was to turn this light off, all you'll see is a silhouette of mine. Everything else you'll see in the background, but I am going to be missing. And which will not make the picture look pleasant. But it's like me, as Venus, having sun with me. So now it enhances me, my quality, and what I have to offer. And my karkavasta, meaning my significance. So here the significance of me is really brightened, and Venus is the significator of classical knowledge, classical literature, writing, diplomacy, politics, unionship, relationships. This is why Venus obviously rules the 7th house of business. Also, business is not just one way where you get all the profit and the other person doesn't. That's another thing. If you do business where only you gain and not your partner or the partnership you're trying to create with the other client, that's not a business. Both parties have to feel successful. Then you're doing the right business. That's what Venus promotes. And the other thing we see is that great love and admiration for neighbors, for siblings. One tends to learn from siblings. One tends to learn from people around them. And neighbors are not just neighbors like my neighbor in my neighborhood, okay? Because third house will represent the neighbor right side of you. 11th house will represent the neighbor left side of you. So it's not about that, it's about whoever comes in your home, whoever lives nearby you. Here Venus always becomes a helping hand with Sun. Because Sun is a natural Dharma lord. Here your Dharma to create a relationship with everybody around you becomes most important. Then the other thing we see with this particular conjunction is a person is always going to make money once they travel to a certain place. It will not happen in their city. They'll have to travel to some faraway place to manifest their career. And also, marriage becomes very important. When you have this conjunction, when you get married, especially for an artist, a performing artist, when you have this placement, marriage will activate your ability to have other people see your performance. Again, if I'm like dancing in the dark, nobody's seeing. But if I'm dancing with the lights on and on a stage, well, then that becomes that appreciative performing art. Okay, so this is what Sun Venus will do. And now when you have sign and nakshatra, obviously that's going to add more beauty to this particular conjunction, which obviously you can learn with my new course that I've now opened up on my website, which I'll start from March 10th. Really, there's only 4 or 5 PDF lessons there, but true lessons will happen from March 10th when Mercury's direct. So you can check out the links in the description for that. But anyway, I hope this has helped, and we'll see you next time with this conjunction in the 4th house. Okay, so in the meantime, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below and check out the links here for all the other details. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye bye.